Okay, good day everyone. So today we're going to talk about the experiences of Rizal in London, Paris, Brussels, and Madrid. So from America, Rizal left America in order to go to London and live there from May 1888 to March 1889, and that is almost a year. Then Rizal went to London because he wants to copy, study, and made the intonation of Dr. Antonio de Morga's Sucesos de las Islas Filipinas, or in the English term, Events in the Philippine Islands. So Rizal heard that the rare copy of this book, Sucesos de las Islas Filipinas, is available and kept in the British Museum. That's why ganahan siya makakuha og copy. The reason why, it's because Rizal wants to make Filipinos know the past history of Philippines, or the past history of their country, of our country rather. Then Rizal also believed that London was a safe and better place for him to plan and carry on his determined effort to fight the injustices committed by the Spanish tyranny and misrule. So, in this city, before that, Rizal completed annotating Morga's book and wrote several articles for La Solidaridad. So, in this city, Rizal stayed temporarily as a guest at the residence of Dr. Antonio Maria Regidor, who was a law practitioner. Then, sometimes Rizal went to the house of Mr. Beckett rather. So, nag-ato siya nag-boarding house. Then, Rizal also came to know Dr. Reinhold Ross, the librarian of the India office and an authority on Malayan customs and languages. And Dr. Ross was very impressed with Rizal's manners, and gitawag pa kay na niya og upper of a man. So in Spanish term, that is ona per la de hombre. So occasionally, Rizal visited the house of Dr. Rose and exchanged pleasant discussion about London and the Philippines. So while in London, Rizal received good and bad news. So let's talk about first the bad news. What are those? The first one is the exile of his brother-in-law, who was denied a Christian burial. Then, the arbitrary arrest and imprisonment of Laureano Viado, a Santo Tomas medical student who was found in possession of a copy of Noli Me Tangere. And the continued Calamba agrarian problem, where the tenants, including the Rizal family, were being persecuted by the Spanish authority. However, there is only one news who cheered up Rizal para magangaan sa ang iyang kanang pamati ba. And that is Father Vicente Garcia, an old Filipino theologian and philosopher, wrote an able defense of his Noli against the attacks of Father Rodriguez and other friars. So from London, Rizal made brief visit to Paris and Madrid. So in early September, Rizal was in the French capital in order to search thoroughly the Bibliothèque Nationale for any old book of Philippines. Before going back to London, Juan Luna and his wife tendered Rizal with a party in which all the Filipinos in Paris were present. Then, on December 1, Rizal made a flying trip of 12 days to Madrid and Barcelona to survey the conditions among his countrymen in Spain. And that is the time that he met for the first time Mariano Ponce and Marcelo H. del Pilar. And these are the pillars of La Solidaridad and the propaganda movement. So Rizal exchanged ideas about the Philippines to these two pillars. Then these two pillars promised Rizal to cooperate in the struggle for reforms. Then afterwards is Rizal celebrated his first Christmas in London. So Rizal spent his Christmas in London and New Year's Eve for the first time in this city and was extremely delighted to experience the holiday season. Then Rizal spent his Christmas with the Beckett family in Primrose Hill. So Gertrude, one of the Beckett girls, was getting infatuated with Rizal, but still he was faithful to Leonor Rivera. To make Gertrude forget Rizal, Rizal hurriedly left London for Paris in the middle of March 1889. Then, let's talk about the writings of Rizal in London. So Rizal wrote La Vision de Fray Rodriguez, where Rizal demonstrated his profound knowledge of religion and his style in satire. The letter to the young women of Malolos. This was written through the request of Marcelo H. del Pilar to praise the young women of Malolos for their courage and determined effort to establish a school where they could learn Spanish. The important points of his letter, the important points about the letter to the young women of Malolos are, rather, Filipino mothers should teach their children love of God, country, and fellow men. Filipino mothers should be glad and honored like Spartan mothers to offer their sons in the defense of their country. So this tradition is nagamit niya siya before na and every bata, if ang imong bata gani is lucky, is dapat your son is imo na siyang i-offer na mo serve sa atong country. So if nakakita mo katong Private Benjamin na salida, mao siya na and every lucky sa pamilya is dapat mo musud og pagkasundalo just to protect the country. The same thing with this one. The same thing with kung unsa ang boti pasabot ni Rizal sa iyang letter to the young women of Malolos. Then the third one is Filipino women should know how to protect their dignity and honor. Filipino women should educate themselves aside from retaining their good racial virtues. And lastly is, faith is not merely reciting prayers and wearing religious pictures, but rather it is living the real Christian way with good morals and good conduct. On January 12, 1889, Rizal, with some Filipinos and their Spanish friends in Madrid, organized a society. And that is Asociación Hispano-Filipina, or the Spanish, in the English term, Spanish-Filipino Association. The primary objective was to work for the needed reforms which the propaganda movement had initiated and continued to carry on. The elected president and vice president respectively were Don Miguel Moraita, a Spanish professor, and General Felipe de Lasconi, while the secretary was Dr. Domendor Gomez. Okay, so the need for an organ of the propaganda to neutralize the false, malicious, and defamatory articles designed to injure the reputation of the Filipinos written by the Spanish detractors and mercenaries was evidently felt by the Filipinos in Spain, that consequently led to the founding of La Solidaridad. Graciano Lopez Haina became the editor of the periodical of the propaganda. Then, to demonstrate Rizal's unwavering support of the organ, Rizal contributed articles regularly in the La Solidaridad using Rizal pen names or yung mga angga, which is Dimasalang and Laong Laan. Then, Rizal left London. So, some infer that one of the reasons why Rizal left London, and then moved to Paris, so that Gertrude Bouquet may forget Rizal. So, mao na siya ang usa sa reason ganung nagdali-dali siya og hawa sa London, then moadto siya og Paris para makalimot siya, dali na makalimot si Gertrude to Rizal, because he has a big respect sa iyang uyab sa Kalamba na si Leonor Rivera. So, before leaving to London, Rizal curved several fine and realistic sculptural works governed by a great and detailed attention to anatomical shapes and proportion. These are the Prometheus Bound, the Triumph of Death over Life, and the Triumph of Science over Death. And then, kanang the Triumph of Death over Life is, the Triumph of Science over Death is yan na siyang gigib ni Blumentritt. While the composite of the carving sa katong naong sa Beckett sisters, the faces, sisters' faces were given to the Beckett family as a farewell gift. So as he left London, Rizal could not help reminisce the beautiful and memorable experiences he had as he crossed the English Channel route to Paris. Now, let's have the Paris. Okay, let's have the Paris. So, Rizal arrived in Paris about 2 months before the opening of the International Exposition to commemorate French independence. Rizal organized 2 societies of Filipinos who were in Paris at that time. One was the Kidlat Club and the other one was the Indios Bravos. The Kidlat Club was founded simply to bring together young Filipinos in the French capital in order that they could enjoy their stay in the city during the International Exposition, while the Indios Bravos thought its members to be proud of being Filipinos and with intense desire pledged to their best to excel in intellectual and physical capability to catch attention of the Spaniards and win their administration and respect. And now, let's have the romance with Adelina. So this is the very interesting part of this chapter. Romance between Rizal and Adelina. The story, the love story. So in Paris, Rizal became fan of Adelina, a young, talented, quiet, and unaffected lady with refined manners. The boasted couple has two daughters, named Nelly, the older one, and the younger one which is named Adelina. So si Rizal is naibog siya ni Adelina Bausted. But then Rizal and Antonio Lona used to visit the Bausted family in Paris. So since Rizal and Lona is they naibgan man nila ang duha ka anak sa Bausted family. So sige sad sila bisita adto. But Nelly was infatuated with Rizal because of his sweet, talented, and fine manners. So this is the problem. So si Rizal is naibog siya ni Adelina, infatuated to Adelina, while Antonio Lona is infatuated to Nelly. But Nelly infatuated to Rizal. So wala na corresponds ang feeling sa duha ni Nelly og ni Antonio Lona og ni Rizal og ni Nelly, because si Rizal adto man gid siya ni Adelina. But because Rizal loved Adelina, so he did not even show any sign of affection for Nelly. On the other hand, Lona has strong feelings for Nelly. But Nelly is wala gid siya naibog ni Antonio Lona. Ato siya naibog ni Rizal. So that time is adto na ni abot that say tawagan na si Antonio Lona is magselos na siya ni Rizal. It's because ato naman siya nakaibaw na si Nelly di ay kay ato di siya obvious gid kayo ba na naibog ni ato ni Rizal. So sa kalagot ni Antonio Lona is hapit na sila mag-away. Hapit na mag-away hangtod ni abot ang time na gi-challenge ni Antonio Lona si Rizal to have a duel. But since Rizal is nirespetar man siya sa ilang pagka-amigo, yan lang yung gikuan kanang wala gid niya gitagad ba. Yang giingnan si Antonio Lona na magsilos man ka na wala man ko maibog ni Nelly ato ko naibog niya Adelina. But sa kaigat-igat ni Rizal, nagigat-igat na siya sa dira na Paris, then naka-receive siya og ang saddest news. Mao siya ang pinaka-saddest episode sa life ni Rizal. Unsa man to? He received news that impending marriage of Leonor Rivera, his sweetheart for 11 years to Mr. Keeping. So si Leonor Rivera is a minyo-ono na ni Mr. Keeping. Imagine, in 11 years. I know, di sa nato ma-blame si Leonor Rivera kay LDR man sila. Di ba? Kay si Rizal, siguro siya adto sa landline na. So, to fight is to achieve his goal. Anto, of course, di gina nato ma-blame. Inanagid, naging mga tendency inana. Basta LDR. Kung kinsa tong mga silingan, mao dito'y makadayon. So, Mr. Keeping is an English engineer employed in the construction of Manila-Dagupan Railway. Ara na nagkaila si Leonor Rivera and Mr. Keeping. Anyways, dili sad kayo kuan. So, though sakit siya, but di sad nimo siya ma-blame. Rizal man sad kay nag igat-igat man sad siya sa laing nasod. The first one is katong sa Japanese si Usui. Karon nasad si Adelina. Gaton sa di si Rizal mao na. Gaba-gaba na gud, gaba-gaba. So to divert his thoughts from the sad news about the approaching marriage of Leonor, so he visited the Bausted family in Biarritz. Biarritz is a beach resort on the Bay of Biscay and an ideal and romantic place for two people who are in love to express their steadfast devotion and mutual feelings to one another without any inhibition. So, in Cebu City pa ni siya, mao ni siya gitawag na to plaza. Mao ni kasagaran di tanan sa mga managuyab, plaza, no? Then afterwards, after that saddest event, Rizal went to Brussels. So Rizal went to Brussels, a capital of Belgium, because of the high cost of living. Then Jose Alberto was his companion when he moved to Brussels and lived in the modest boarding house. He spent part of his time in the medical clinic to treat some patients. Then, Rizal went to Madrid. And what happened to Madrid? So this is the time that grabe kayo ang kayubos ni Rizal sa mga Filipinos. So, while in Brussels, Juan Luna and Valentin Ventura informed Rizal of the Filipinos' passion for gambling. Gambling was the biggest preoccupation of many Filipinos as their favorite pastime. So, ato na ni react si Rizal that he need to do something about this one, about the gambling addict of Filipinos. Saan na niya pagkuhan. Then, motto ni ana siya na we're not here in London, we're not here in Europe just to gamble, but to work for our country's freedom. So wala ta mo ari dire wala ta mo ari sa Europe para lang magduwa-duwa, but para i-work nato unsaon nato pagkuha ang freedom sa atong country. So nag-write og letter si Rizal to Marcelo H. del Pilar. So yang giingnan si Marcelo H. del Pilar sa iyang kayubos that there is nothing at home to remind them that the Filipino does not come to Europe to gamble and amuse himself, but to work for his liberty and for the dignity of his life. Now, since tungod sa kayubos ni Rizal is according to him that I fear much not we are fighting for a useless illusion, and that instead of being worthy of liberty, we are worthy of slavery. So because of his depression, nakaingon siya na dili man guro worthy na i-fight na to ang liberty, ang atong dignity ba, dili worthy sa iyang pag-fight. But according to him, that we are worthy na mahimong slave because of this binuhatan sa mga Filipinos. Okay? Now, let's have the disturbing news at home. There is a letter from Calamba received by Rizal in Brussels, which gave him some disturbing moments. And those are the agrarian problem in his hometown had not been resolved and even getting worse. The hacienda management controlled by the Dominican order continued to arbitrarily increase the annual payment of the tenant farmers for the land detailed painstakingly. The non-payment of rent of Don Francisco and other tenant farmers resulted in the filing of a case in court by the Dominican friar to evict them forcibly from the land. Okay. Then Pasiano and his two brother-in-law, Antonio Lopez and Silvestre Olvaldo, were deported to Mindoro. This unlawful deportation of his brothers-in-law to a far away place made Rizal feel uneasy and suffered from this disturbing news that depressed Rizal. He could hardly sleep, aware of the sad and unfavorable condition of his parents and brothers-in-law back home. So if you are in the part of Rizal, is dili pud ta katog inana no maguna-una na because of him is inani na ang mga na-experience because of Rizal. Inani yang mga madawatanan news na may na-experience sa iyang pamilya sa Calamba. So that time is because of frustration, Rizal sent a letter to his sister. And according to him, according to the letter, he said, I have caused much harm to our family, but at least there remains to us the consolation of knowing that the motive is not disgraceful, nor does it humiliate anybody. On the contrary, it raises up and gives us more dignity in the eyes of our enemies. I hope that God will be merciful enough with me to prevent me from committing one of those faults which would involve my family. Now, let's have the Rizal prepares to going back home. So, Rizal, full of mental anguish and anxiety, decided to go home in the light of the misfortune, agony, and pain his family was suffering. He could not stay in the foreign land writing his novel while his family, relatives, and friends in the Philippines were in the state of hopelessness. Upon hearing the news that Garciano Lopez Haina had plans of going to Cuba, he urged him that instead of going there and die in the yellow fever, he should go to the Philippines and die in defense of his ideals. So his friends, including Blumentritt, were aghast and horrified of Rizal's decisions. They could hardly believe because they were aware of the impending danger to his life that inevitably awaited him. So they warned Rizal. So according to Blumentritt that ayaw na lang sa gyud ipadayon kay bawo na ka. The main reason nga nung ibalik ka ari is to ilikay si Rizal para sa ilikay si Rizal o ang iyang pamilya sa mga mahitabo na bati. Then karon magdesisyon si Rizal na muuli. So according ana si Blumentritt na ayaw sa gyud dapat hunanaon sa gyud og tarong. So his plan to go home did not push through because he received a letter from Pasiano informing him that they lost the case against the Dominicans in Manila. However, an appeal was made to the Supreme Court in Spain since Marcelo H. del Pilar was a lawyer. He requested him to handle the case. Then let's have the denied justice for Rizal's family. To secure justice for the various incidents of oppressions and injustice and utter lack of human respect and dignity committed by the Spanish authorities of Rizal's family and the tenant farmers of Calamba, Rizal sought the help of the Filipino community, the Asociación Hispano-Filipina, and the various Spanish newspapers who upheld truth and justice. With the help of his lawyer, Marcelo H. del Pilar, and the secretary of the Asociación Hispano-Filipina, they sought an audience with the minister of the colonies in order to present the various injustice committed by the Governor General and the Dominican against the poor and helpless tenant farmers of Calamba. And that's the end of our presentation. So thank you, everyone. Hope you learned something in this chapter, and see you in the next chapter. Goodbye.